How does it feel?
I'm so excited. Well, my parents are super excited. It's really cool, amazing. I'm delighted.
What was it like to be in the middle of the glory days of MTV and T4? It looked like a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. I think for me, for anybody who sort of starts out in youth TV or whatever, I think we had the best time. All of those shows, we were of an era, I think, the golden age in sort of youth TV, and it was just wonderful to be part of that.
What would you say has been the highlight from those TV years? There's so many, like duetting with Tom Jones, and interviewing Kanye. If you had to pick one,
I think duetting with Tom Jones was pretty cool. And we had to rehearse it. Yeah, so that was the most fun of all. You know, just like imagine rehearsing with Tom Jones,
just jamming,
and you can't sing. I mean, amazing.
And hosting Nelson Mandela's 90th birthday party in front of 300,000 people.
No, 30,000.
30.
Yeah, the 300,000 sounds even better. Yeah, 300,000 people.
How did that kind of come about?
Yeah, so I had done a bit of work with his foundation, and particularly when we launched Make Poverty History, which Emma Freud and Richard Curtis launched, sort of a spin out some of the stuff that they'd done with Comic Relief, and they brought all of these different charities together to work together, and Nelson Mandela was kind of at the forefront of that. So I'd done lots of work with his organisation, and his team asked me, and it was like a personal invite, which was just lovely, and it was one of the last times where he was still strong enough to sort of be seen publicly and make a powerful and emotive speech. So it was a very special day.
That must be so memorable in your mind.
Yeah, and also it was one of the last times Amy Winehouse performed as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Special in lots of
ways, because it was really funny because she had just been admitted into rehab, and they weren't sure if she was actually going to make it. Right. And she came out and she pulled it out of the bag, which was fantastic. Yeah.
And of course there was your interview with Tony Blair. I wonder how you look back on that now.
Yeah, you know, it was a wonderful time. I was so young at the time, and he was so generous, as was Cherie, and I spent 3-4 days with them, traveling around, and it was just amazing to see the life of a prime minister. I mean, I'm not a big Theresa May fan, but I do have to say that is the hardest job in this country, and we do have to cut our leaders some slack because it's not easy. My interest in politics started very early on. My parents are immigrants, and we grew up in Ghana when the coup happened. You know what a coup? Yeah. And so we sort of had to leave with nothing, and when something like that happens to you, you really realise the importance of the rule of law, and you understand the importance of good governance, and Ghana is one of the sort of jewels in Africa's crown, in that there's never been a civil war, and it's actually a very stable society. So even a society as sophisticated as that was able to unravel for a short period of time. So it really does make you realise it matters. And when we see what's going on in the world right now, like, no one should take anything for granted. Yeah.
So you've just written a book called
I have.
Diversify, which seems like it kind of has never been more relevant to the last few months.
Okay, I mean, who knew? Like, we've been talking about this book for over 2 years, and had no idea the world was going to become what it's become. But yeah, I think the thing with diversify. It's really about difficult conversations that need to be had around race, gender, class, sexual orientation, disability, age, all of those things that we sort of discriminate against and sweep under the carpet that we need to discuss in order to move beyond.
Have you faced that discrimination and prejudice?
Oh yeah, of course,
really?
yeah, throughout my career. And in the book I sort of talk about some of the experiences I've had, but I mean, one of the main ones was years ago when I was at MTV. At the time, I had one of the highest rated shows on the network, I think maybe even the highest at the time. And they did a magazine shoot which had MTV, however many reasons, I can't remember the number, to watch MTV. And they used all of the MTV girls, because obviously we all started together. So it was Kat Deely, Sarah Cox, Edith Bowman, Lisa Snowden, Kelly Brook, all of the girls, and they didn't include me. And what happened was, imagine I'm walking past the newsstand, and it's just, you're young, so you might not remember Sky magazine, but they used to be. You remember?
Sky.
Okay, so it was a magazine called Sky. I loved it. It's a shame it's not around anymore. So anyway, Sky magazine. So there's a Sky magazine cover, and so I'm walking past the newsstand, and I see this newsstand, and I'm like, and it was like it was so painful, you know, like it hit me right in the solar plexus. And so I thought, oh, there's got to be some mistake. So anyway, what happened was I went to work, and the viewers, because it was such a big cover, the viewers started calling in the network to see if I had left. And then it turns out that no, it wasn't Sky that said they didn't want me. The head of PR at MTV didn't include me because he didn't think I was appropriate for that shoot.
That's even worse.
It's even worse. But yeah, throughout my career, I've had so many of those. Yeah. And you know, we still...
And still now?
And still now. I think what we need to do is twofold. We need a skills audit at a government level that really looks across the board at where the gaps are and where we are sort of where we're underutilizing people. And then the other thing is, as an individual, is really look at your life, and is your life diverse? And if your life isn't diverse, it's highly unlikely you're going to make the sorts of professional decisions that encourage diversity, because it's about what you're comfortable with. People tend to be comfortable with stuff with people that remind them of themselves. And if all you are around is people that remind you of yourself, chances are that's what you're going to do at work too.
Yeah, it's just having those difficult conversations.
Yeah, and they're not comfortable.
Yeah,
it's very un-British. Yeah. You know, they're not nice conversations. But I think when we all understand the sort of the benefits, you know, and I think now with everything that we've got going on with the rise of extremism, whether that be Islamism, or whether that be white supremacy, or whether that be young black boys in urban gangs, with all that's going on, I don't think we no longer have the luxury of ignorance, because this stuff is coming to our door. And if we don't tackle it, it's going to explode even worse, I think.
And then LDNY, how did that idea come to you?
That came about just wanting to be able to do something to help kids that come from similar backgrounds to mine, that grew up in low-income communities, school dinners,
free school meals.
Free school meals, yeah, well, I had that. All of those things that can define you if you're not careful. And so I wanted to be able to give kids an opportunity, and so we did a project with London College of Fashion and the UN and Parsons in New York, which did very well. Liberties were our store partner, and then that sort of spun off now that I have apprentices that are with Huntsman of Savile Row, and it's great. You know, they're learning how to tailor, and they're just really talented, great kids.
What advice would you give to students graduating?
Yeah. Oh, how exciting. Your life is ahead of you. It is. Go for it. It's all for the taking. All for the taking. And don't let your self-doubt stop you from doing what you want to do. You might never stop doubting yourself, but don't let it stop you from pursuing your dreams.